Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning and welcome to the Rocky Mountain Region Change of Command Ceremony. I am Lieutenant Colonel Nick Cook, your Master of Ceremonies. Today, we pay special tribute to Col Jeffrey L. Johnson as he relinquishes command of the Rocky Mountain region, and we welcome Col Jason R. Hess as he assumes command. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is Major General Edward D. Phelka, Civil Air Patrol National Commander and Chief Executive Officer. The guardian of the colors is the Rocky Mountain Region Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Noel Furness. We are honored to welcome several special guests for today's ceremony. For Colonel Johnson, his wife, Major Jan Johnson. For Colonel Hess, his wife, Lieutenant Margaret Hess. Son Taylor, daughter-in-law Christina, son Alex, daughter Haley, and parents Jeffrey and Kathleen Hess, who are joining us remotely. From Cap USAF, Lieutenant Colonel John Baker, Commander, Rocky Mountain Liaison Region, Mr. Matt Bauer, Mr. Joe Macklin, and Mr. Scott Snyder. Representing the state of Utah, Mr. Jared Esselman, Utah State Director of Aeronautics. Also with us today are Colonel Robin Vest, Idaho Wing Commander, Colonel Warren Vest, former member of the Civil Air Patrol Board of Governors, Colonel Craig Thomas, former Utah Wing Commander, Cadet Colonel Anaya Harris, Chair, Rocky Mountain Region Cadet Advisory Council, serving today as General Phelka's aide-de-camp. And in the back, producing the internet live stream of today's ceremonies, is Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Johnson, Interim Utah Wing Commander. Thank you to our special guests for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors, followed by an invocation offered by Major David Knight, Rocky Mountain Region Chaplain. As a reminder, during the national anthem, those in uniform should stand at attention, while those in civilian attire should place their right hand over their heart. Chaplain Knight.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we gather here as a time of celebration, celebrating the concluding service of Col Jeffrey Johnson as he steps down as Rocky Mountain Region Commander. Thank you for his years of service as our commander. Thank you for the steady hand at the tiller during the difficult days that we experienced during his time. Thank you that you blessed him with the wisdom, the guidance, the understanding that he needed during his time as our commander. Bless him and his wife Jan as they begin a new chapter in their lives. Bless them and use them richly. I pray for our incoming commander, Col Jason Hess. Give him that wisdom and understanding that he needs to carry out his responsibilities in leading this region. Be with him, his wife, his family. Keep them safe, healthy, and loving each other. And help Colonel Hess to prioritize his life, to spend time in his welfare and the welfare of his marriage and his family. Thank you, Lord, for all those who have come, those who are watching, and may we have safe travels returning home. May all that we do here bring you glory in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We'd like to thank the Color Guard from Utah Wing and Chaplain Knight. Before we proceed with the change of command, a number of promotions, end of tour honors, and other individual recognition will now be made by the various commanders. Colonel Johnson.
Are we doing the promotion first? All right, we're doing the promotion first.
Yes.
So, call her out.
Captain Jenny Nellinger, front and center, please. Captain Nellinger will be accompanied by Lieutenant Colonel Micheletti and Colonel Hess. Captain Jenny Nellinger, Rocky Mountain Region Executive Officer, CAP ID 468431, is hereby promoted to the grade of Major. For the following awards, please report front and center as your name is called. The following members are awarded the Region Commander's Commendation in recognition of outstanding performance of duty during the command term 22 February 2020 to 8 October 2022. Chaplain Camille Barlow, Captain Wiley Brady, The following members are awarded the Meritorious Service Award in recognition of outstanding performance of duty during the command term 22 February 2020 to 8 October 2022. Lieutenant Colonel Donna Todd, Rocky Mountain Region Director of Administration and Financial Management. Major John Height, Utah Wing Director of Logistics. Major David Knight, Rocky Mountain Region Chaplain. Major Jennifer Nellinger, Rocky Mountain Region Executive Officer. The following member is awarded the Exceptional Service Award in recognition of outstanding performance of duty during the command term 22 February 2020 to 8 October 2022. Lieutenant Colonel Kent Hopkins, Rocky Mountain Region Director of Emergency Services. Major Jan Johnson. Chief Master Sergeant Noel Furness, Rocky Mountain Region Command Chief. Thank you, Colonel Johnson. General Phelka, sir. The following member is awarded the National Commander's Commendation in recognition of exceptionally outstanding contributions to the Chaplain Corps Handbook and Specialty Track Publications team. Captain Camille Barlow, Utah Wing Chaplain. Major David Knight, Rocky Mountain Region Chaplain. Congratulations to today's award recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we begin the change of command ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce Civil Air Patrol's National Commander and Chief Executive Officer, Major General Edward D. Phelka.
Thank you, everybody. Really great to be back with you in Rocky Mountain Region, a place that was my home for many years as a CAP member. Colonel Johnson, thank you for all you have done as Rocky Mountain Region Commander for your years in service in this job. This is a geographically large region with a widespread population, and you have done everything that we've asked of our commanders. You care about your people, and you set them up for success, and you do this exceptionally well. Colonel Johnson has this incredible ability to care about people. I've seen this trait in him for as long as I've known him, going back to my days as Colorado Wing Commander. Other region commanders have remarked to me over the years that you've been in service that how much they have learned from you in your role and the way that you conduct yourself in this job. They've listened to you during the course of meetings, and they've said to me many times that Jeff Johnson really walks the walk. And they wanted to be more like you when it comes to those really tough times and those difficult conversations. I sat with Colonel Johnson many times on Region Commander selection panels, and he always offered very caring and insightful feedback on the candidates and their interviews and their styles. Colonel Johnson added tremendous value to these panels. I know that the Chaplain Corps is going to be ecstatic to have you back among their ranks, and that members everywhere will benefit from your listening ear, your compassion, your empathy, and your love. Jeff, thank you to you and your family for the time and sacrifices you all have given on behalf of this organization that we all love so much. Colonel Hess, you have done a great job as Utah Wing Commander in the short time that you've been in the role. Just look at the people in this room and the outpouring of support that you have from the amazing group of people here. The wing stands out in almost all categories as a magnificent success story. This is clearly thanks to the hardworking members of Utah Wing, but it's also attributable to your leadership. No one can argue that Utah Wing has demonstrated excellence, certainly embracing that core value that we all strive for. Not only do you bring an incredible skill set and background to this position, other commanders have already mentioned to me that you have such an enthusiasm for CAP. You have an appetite to learn more, and you want to work with others. The desire that you have to serve and to get things done while making good things happen, it's been noticed already, and folks are eager to work together with you. To the Hess family, I thank you for supporting Jason as he takes on this new role. Colonel Hess, thank you for being willing to step up and volunteer your time and your heart to be a region commander in Civil Air Patrol. It's an incredible adventure where you will get to meet people from all over CAP, and you'll have the opportunity to impact programs and affect change for the better across our organization. We're looking forward to the future of Rocky Mountain Region. I know I speak for the entire command team as well as all the region commanders when I say that we are really looking forward to working together with you on the CAP Senior Advisory Group. I was talking with Mr. Salvador, our Chief Operating Officer, just yesterday, and he asked me to offer to you his personal congratulations and that of the national staff as well as you assume this new role. So gentlemen, to two fine, outstanding officers in Civil Air Patrol, I extend to you both my congratulations and my deepest respect. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Distinguished Service Award to Colonel Jason R. Hess. General Phelka, permission to publish the orders? Attention to orders. National Headquarters, Civil Air Patrol, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Personnel Actions Number NHQ 58, dated 28 September 2022. The Civil Air Patrol Distinguished Service Award, First Bronze Clasp, is awarded to Colonel Jason R. Hess, CAP ID 152805, for distinguished performance of duty during the period of 27 March 2021 to 8 October 2022, effective 8 October 2022. Colonel Jason R. Hess distinguished himself through outstanding service in a duty of great responsibility as Commander, Utah Wing, during the period 27 March 2021 to 8 October 2022. During this period, his outstanding professionalism, expertise, leadership, and superior management abilities directly contributed to the success of the Utah Wing in all three mission areas. Under Colonel Hess's leadership, Utah Wing consistently placed in the top 4 in aircraft utilization nationally, averaging over 240 hours per aircraft in fiscal year 22. Colonel Hess prioritized improving the pilot pipeline in the wing, resulting in increased numbers of pilots and instructor pilots. The wing earned exceptional results on its SAR evaluation. Colonel Hess and his team worked tirelessly to build qualifications in other operations specialties. The wing safety hosted 2 very successful encampments during the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, the wing hosted 3 flight academies and conducted 328 cadet orientation flights in fiscal year 21 and fiscal year 22. Approximately 50% of Utah Wing members have completed the Aerospace Education Program for Senior Members exam and earned the Brigadier General Chuck Yeager Award. 4 units and 12 schools participated in the Aerospace Education Excellence Program. And during this period, Utah Wing pilots actively flew Air Force Junior ROTC students from Granger High School on more than 100 sorties. Colonel Hess served as a good steward of funds and equipment. Under his leadership, the wing had few reports of survey and successfully completed its inspections and inventories in a timely manner. Due to a high level of engagement, membership in the Utah Wing grew during the COVID-19 pandemic, which generally reduced membership nationwide. The wing achieved an overall growth rate of 7.88%, with a year-over-year increase of 8.86% for cadets and 6.95% for senior members. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Hess reflect great credit upon himself, the Utah Wing, and Civil Air Patrol. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the Distinguished Service Award to Col Jeffrey L. Johnson. General Phelka, permission to publish the orders? Attention to orders. National Headquarters, Civil Air Patrol, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Personnel Actions Number NHQ60, dated 20 September 2022. The Civil Air Patrol Distinguished Service Award, First Bronze Clasp, is awarded to Col Jeffrey L. Johnson, CAP ID 360390, for distinguished performance of duty during the period 22 February 2020 to 8 October 2022, effective 8 October 2022. Col Jeffrey L. Johnson distinguished himself through outstanding service in a duty of great responsibility as Commander, Rocky Mountain Region, during the period 22 February 2020 to 8 October 2022. During this period, Colonel Johnson provided outstanding leadership to the over 3,800 members of the region and its 5 wings while serving as a member of the Civil Air Patrol Senior Advisory Group. Colonel Johnson quickly implemented programs and developed a culture in the region that led to growth. Under his leadership, the region grew to more than 3,900 members before the pandemic resulted in a dramatic loss of membership. Undaunted, Colonel Johnson worked diligently to grow the region again post-pandemic. Due to his efforts in this area, the region has grown to more than 3,800 members. The operational impact of the region under Colonel Johnson's leadership included SAR missing aircraft and missing person support, as well as disaster relief efforts in response to flooding and wildfires. The efforts of the Rocky Mountain region during Colonel Johnson's tenure resulted in 218 finds and saved 152 lives. Region personnel also distributed test kits and personal protective equipment during the pandemic and distributed food and other critical supplies. Colonel Johnson actively supported Civil Air Patrol's aerospace education mission. Under his leadership, the region increased participation in many AE programs, including the STEM Kit program, where 100% of the region wings have participated. The region has also been heavily involved in aerospace connections in education and in recruiting aerospace education teacher members. Under Colonel Johnson's leadership, the region provided outstanding support to several National Cadet Special Activities, including Space Force Operations Academy, Honor Guard Academy, National Flight Academy, both powered and glider, Desert Scorpion SAR Academy, and E-Tech Robotics. Teams from the region also competed in the National Cadet Competition. Colonel Johnson mentored and developed future leaders for Rocky Mountain. his efforts resulting in improved candidate pools for wing and region leadership roles. During his tenure, Colonel Johnson traveled 17,000 miles within the region for conferences, meetings, encampments, changes of command, mission support, and presentations. 1,200 miles supporting NCSAs and 9,200 miles supporting activities outside the region. The exceptionally outstanding service of Colonel Johnson is in this duty of significant responsibility reflects great credit upon himself, the Rocky Mountain region, and Civil Air Patrol. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
If I could just break in really quick here. I forgot to ask for this to be added to the script, but I have commemorative plaques for both Colonel Hess and Colonel Johnson to denote their service times as Wing Commander and Region Commander, respectively. So first to Colonel Jason R. Hess, Civil Air Patrol, for Distinguished Service as Commander, Utah Wing, March 2021 to October 2022. Congratulations. And to commemorate service as Rocky Mountain Region Commander, presented to Colonel Jeffrey L. Johnson, Civil Air Patrol, for Distinguished Service as Commander, Rocky Mountain Region, February 2020 to October 2022. Jeff, congratulations and a job well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time as your region commander, Colonel Jeffrey Johnson.
Thank you so much. It's been a great ride. We're working with great people. Let me take a note of a time of personal privilege and tell you how I got here. I was happy as the Wyoming Wing Chaplain, and I got a call to apply for the Wing Commander. Very unusual for a chaplain to leave the chaplaincy and join command. I applied and was chosen to lead Wyoming and did good stuff there. Then I received a call to apply for the region leadership and was chosen and served here well until about 4 or 5 months ago, and then my health started to affect that which was not in the best interest of the region. So after a long discussion with General Phelka, I decided that it would be best to step down and let another lead the region. I had accomplished that which I was charged to do by General Smith. What are my next steps? Well, dance to the tune. I pinned my cross back on tomorrow, and we'll see where things go from there. I will be active in the wing region wherever I'm called to serve. Let me tell you about the condition of the region in terms of my view of the health of the wings. Everything comes down to the wings and their leadership, and then to the squadrons and their leadership. One of my goals was to change the culture to all problems are solved at the lowest level possible. And I think the wings took that to heart and shared that, and that was a charge that was successful. Montana is doing great in emergency services. They just had 88 finds this last spring working the Yellowstone Park floods. And they're doing other great stuff in the ES realm, as well as the other missions. Idaho's got a great glider program. So proud of that. So pleased that they're working on making it available to cadets. Utah stands out in so many areas, but especially flying hours. So congratulations, Colonel Hess, on that, and the people who are actually doing the flying. Wyoming is rebuilding with a new commander, and they were supported by the military department, except this year the budget was zero. So they're trying to rebuild, find new funds, and bring their things up to speed. In the meantime, they're flying active Air Force missions. Colorado's doing a great job with cadets and the other parts of the mission. So I think I'm leaving a region that is mostly intact for Colonel Hess. I think he'll do a great job. I'd like to move into the area of gratitude. We know that gratitude lengthens life and makes life more comfortable the more gratitude you can show. I've tried to do that. Chief is here. Chief Furness, thank you for working so hard with the CAC. Mike Fernandez, who I haven't seen, is doing great stuff for the region in cadet programs. Thanks to him. Chaplain Knight, thank you so much for everything you've done and the ease that I find working with you. Alicia, my vice commander has done so much to keep the region going and has helped make great decisions, has encouraged me, has redirected me sometimes. She's a great been a great help, and I'm appreciative to her. I'm appreciative to the staff of the region and all the great things they do. And especially I'm grateful for the wing commanders, because the wing commanders are the region. Region is just an administrative entity. The wing commanders determine the health of the region and are so important. So thank you. To them. Thank you all for coming. My season of service comes to an end today. So thank you for everything. And God bless.
Thank you, Colonel Johnson. At this time, the Rocky Mountain region would like to present Colonel Johnson's wife, Jan, with a bouquet of flowers in appreciation for her support to the Rocky Mountain region during her husband's command. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony we are gathered here to witness today is rooted in military history dating back to the 18th century during the reign of King Frederick the Great of Prussia. During this time, organizational flags were developed with colors and symbols unique to each military unit. The soldiers of that unit would dedicate their loyalty and trust to their commander, symbolized by the unit's flag. When a change of command was to take place, the outgoing commander would transfer the flag to the individual assuming command. This gesture was accomplished in front of the unit so all could witness their new leader assume this important role. This tradition has survived throughout military history and continues today as Col Jeffrey L. Johnson now relinquishes command of the Rocky Mountain region to Col Jason R. Hess. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the change of command ceremony as the mantle of command is passed from Col Johnson to Col Hess. Attention to orders. National Headquarters, Civil Air Patrol, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Personnel Actions Number NHQ 59, dated 27 September 2022. Announcement is made of the appointment of Colonel Jason R. Hess, CAP ID 152805, as Commander, Rocky Mountain Region. Vice Colonel Jeffrey L. Johnson, CAP 3600390, effective 8 October 2022.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Sir, I assume command. I, Jason R. Hess, having been appointed as Commander of Rocky Mountain Region, do solemnly swear that I will support and comply with the Constitution, bylaws, and regulations of the Civil Air Patrol, that I take this obligation freely without any mental purpose of evasion or mental reservation, that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rocky Mountain Region Commander, Colonel Jason R. Hess.
Well, they say you should never go off script. Just kidding, I won't. As my wife will attest, in my later years, I've gotten far more emotional than I'd probably like to be. So if I hold it together, congratulations to me. Good morning, General Phelka, Colonel Johnson, Jan, Margaret, and my family and distinguished guests, friends, and fellow volunteer airmen of the Rocky Mountain region. Thank you for giving of your time this morning. I saw how good of a day it was out there. A special thank you to all that have made this event possible so far. Looking forward to lunch. I know I'm keeping you from deblousing and getting a little cooler. General Phelka, I'm humbled to have been selected among the nearly 4,000 volunteers of the Rocky Mountain region to serve and lead at this time. I know you're placing a tremendous amount of trust and faith in me to take the region to new heights. I look forward to learning from our members together and continue the great tradition of volunteer service across this nation, but particularly here in Rocky Mountain region. Thank you, sir. Colonel Johnson and Jan, you've sacrificed much, traveled many miles, and directly supported many in this region. I know you look forward to putting on your chaplain's insignia once again and hunker down in a remote comm shack. You've earned that. I've learned much in our time together, partnering with and building relationships between other commanders and members within and without this region. You made that possible, and I thank you. Margaret, I can't say how grateful I am to have you as my partner in crime and cheerleader. You continue to support me in my service as CAP, and you've made the charge and adopted it as your own. Mental health visits probably need to happen. You bring a calm and a smile to all that you interact with, and I won't lie, people want me to attend events because I want me to bring you. Just ask a few out here, it's true. To all those members, staff, and commanders of the Utah Wing that I've had the privilege of serving with as your wing commander, who stepped up and worked hard, excelled, and achieved much, thank you. The greatest pride any commander can take is watching those that you lead and serve succeed, and succeed you did. I cannot say enough how grateful I am to each and every one of you for your personal dedication and sacrifice. Well done, and I cannot wait to see what comes next. Not too long ago, I had an opportunity to stand in a setting much like this and lay out a leadership philosophy to the wing that was weathering a pandemic and eagerly interested in getting back to ops normal and getting back to the fun that comes with our unique volunteer service, which it truly is. Much like today, we celebrated success and welcomed future. Since that day, I've observed many successes born out by a creativity, tenacity, and a desire to achieve because you set out to achieve your commander's intent and making it your own. It was incredible to observe. While my leadership philosophy is now better informed due to your successes, I wish to set a theme for the incoming Region Command and our path together, as I hope it resonates with each of you. That theme is collaborate, innovate, excel. Collaborate. We will create partnerships and opportunities between our wings, partner regions, and jointly meet needs, facilitate learning, and have fun together. Our job will be to remove roadblocks and empower your success. Innovate. We will listen more and foster creativity while challenging the status quo. Some of our best ideas have yet to be discovered. We'll work to champion and distribute those ideas throughout the region. Excel. By tapping into the considerable energy and volunteerism in each of you, we will create excellence together through our collaboration and innovation. That energy will feed into a cycle of increasing returns. Through it all, let us all abide by the core values of the Civil Air Patrol. Live each of these values as we serve together, remembering above all that each of us are here to serve each other and our country in one of the finest organizations for good that's out there. General Phelka, you brought up the word excellence, and I didn't know if I was going to include this quote, but it's a motto, again, that I shared 18 months ago, that I live by, that was given to me by my grandfather. People are not excellent because they achieve great things. They achieve great things because they choose to be excellent. You chose excellence. You will continue to choose excellence, and we will achieve great things. In closing, let me again express my sincere gratitude for the trust each of you have placed in me to bring value and satisfaction to your dedicated service. The greatest asset in CAP is each of you, the volunteers, your supportive families. Know and that I appreciate and value each moment that you selflessly give. Thank you.
At this time, the Rocky Mountain region would like to present Colonel Hess's wife, Margaret, with a bouquet of flowers, welcoming her to the Rocky Mountain region family. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rocky Mountain region has been proud to serve under Col Jeffrey Johnson and welcomes its new leader, Col Jason Hess. This concludes our ceremony today. We thank each of you for attending. A special thank you to the Color Guard and the members of our event support team for making today's ceremony possible. Refreshments and a light lunch are provided for your enjoyment, and a recording of today's live stream will be available on YouTube on the Utah Wing channel. Please travel safely as you return home.